Contixo, huh? Is this thing worth it? Is this a good tablet? Is this a good kids tablet? Well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna let you know. I'm doing a live review with this kids tablet, along with an Amazon kids tablet, a Samsung kids tablet, and of course, our sponsor, Goalie. That's us. Goalie makes a kids skill building tablet. If your kids are struggling with night routines, morning routines, getting ready for school, getting ready after school, and you want them to learn practical living skills, then Goalie is the tablet for you. If you're looking for something like an entertainment device, well, that's what we're doing with these. We're reviewing them and seeing how well do they work for academics, for entertainment, for fun. How do they compare to each other when you can buy a brand name device like Samsung for twice the price, and this Contixo is only $80. $80 versus $150. Well, we better check this out. Hi there, my name is, hello. Zach, I did my hair for this. Did you notice I got a haircut?
I was going to say, I think you got a haircut.
Yeah, I did makeup for this video. Floyd's Barbershop.
Sponsored by Floyd's.
Chestnut, they didn't pay us for this. Haircut looks great, right? Does it? Ooh, I'll find out later. I've been making software all my life, and I've been making software for kids for the last 5 years. This is all I think about. I review kids' apps, and now I review kids' tablets. So if you want to hear from a pro what they think of this video is for you. Before we jump into the nitty-gritty of what this tablet is, let's talk about the company Contixo, because I had never heard of it before. You know, most electronics that I buy are kind of like consumer brand electronics. So we looked into it, and it turns out they've been around since 2010. They've built a lot of kids products, but today they sell more things that are not kids related than kids related. They sell LED lights and drones. It looks like they resell electronics made in China, and maybe they brand them as their own, maybe they do a little bit of value add, and that's what this tablet is. It's a Chinese made tablet. It's got this beautiful rubber case on it. It's nice and fluffy, and most importantly, it's cheap. It's the cheapest tablet that we've tested as part of this review series. With that said, I'm gonna tell you right away, this thing is actually better than some of the more expensive tablets we've tested. I'll show you why. Here we go. Okay, so setup was actually really easy. It was like any other Android tablet, and it was pretty smooth. We've tested some Android tablets where setup actually ended up taking 20 minutes. That was not the case here. We logged in, we connected to the internet, all good. This is the home screen. It's got a bunch of apps already pre-installed specifically for kids. Now you'll notice there's a couple of folders. One's called Grade School, another's called Puzzles. These are the apps that are included for free. There's one for each grade, and then, you know, there's some games. Now it's got more apps that you can try, but these are app suites made by a different company, and you pay for a subscription on all of these. I don't know if they're getting a cut from these other companies or not, but just be aware that this isn't, you know, $80 and you're done. This is $80 and then you're buying probably a bunch of apps. It's not quite like the Amazon Prime tablet that we tested for kids, which is like, you know your kids are gonna be buying endless amounts of stuff. That place is like a shopping mall. No, here it's a little bit more controlled. You can buy apps and they're pushing you to buy some apps, but I don't think your kids are gonna go as crazy with this thing as they would with an Amazon Prime tablet. Now you might be wondering, what am I clicking around with? Well, they included this stylus. I think it's pretty cool. I like it. I think they included it because the screen isn't really responsive. It's really easy to fat finger stuff on the screen, which is frustrating. So the stylus kind of fixes that, but I'm not sure how long a kid would actually keep this stylus. In fact, I don't know how long I could keep this stylus. I lose pens pretty much twice a day. Okay, so for kid controls, it's kind of the same thing. They've got this free app that's installed here. Well, at least it's the free version. But if you want all of their features, you're gonna be paying a subscription. You're gonna be paying Kids Place app, $3 a month for the controls. So you can see how this stuff kind of adds up quickly. You start at $80, and then you start using a couple of these app suites, and then you start using the kid protection, and you're pretty quickly at $15 a month, which is basically what Goalie charges. Yeah, so here's one of the subscriptions. It says Kiddo Land. You know, they'll give it to you for a couple of months, and then you start paying. They've got Homer, same thing. They give it to you for a couple of months, then you start paying. All right, so once I open up Kids Place, though, it's asking me what I want as the default home app. So if you select Kids Place, you know, this is kind of a technical Android hack, right? You don't have to do this home screen app stuff with Goalie or with Amazon Prime, but you do have to do it with Contixo and Samsung. So here you can bring in apps that you want your kid to play. So you can see I brought in the 4th grade app here, and then they can't access anything else unless they exit with the pin. So if I want to add apps, I go up here in the buttons, and I go to settings, and then I got to put in my pin, and then see how it's got premium features. So there's premium features, and then there's manage apps. So I go to manage apps, And then I can add certain apps. Suppose I want Google Maps on here. Why not, right? That's a good one. Well, then I would select it and hit back. I think this is pretty straightforward, but I'm a tech-savvy user. I'm a little worried about how grandma would feel about this, or just like anybody who's not really into tech like I am. I think it might require somebody helping them with parts of this. But nonetheless, it works pretty well. Like, this is cool. We've got apps and we've got websites. Now, you'll see me like clicking around, and sometimes I click on stuff. I just clicked on coloring book twice, 3 times, 4 times. You just saw me click on it several times. Now you're understanding, well, this is what you're getting with an $80 tablet. You might have to click more than once. It's not the most responsive. It's kind of slow. Let's see what a drawing app is like. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. That's responsive. That's nice. That's cool. What am I drawing? It's abstract. All right, so how do I get out of this app? Well, truth is, it's hard to figure out. Like, there's no exit button because these apps aren't really like natively built for this, right? These apps are just designed to be downloaded somewhere. So I gotta like scroll, get the gray button up, and then I hit like the getting out of here, and it takes me back to the kids' place. All right, so let's exit kids' place. All right, so here's another thing you're gonna get with an $80 app. Not a lot of battery life. So we've had this thing on and off of a charger for, 15 minutes of screen time. We're at 76%. It was 100% when we took this thing off. It's also brand new. When you buy a low-cost tablet, and what I mean by low cost is like, under $500, you should be able to expect a couple hours when the battery is new. I think we're right on the cusp of that. You probably wouldn't get a couple hours of screen time with this. It would probably die on me before then. In fact, I'd be surprised if we got 90 minutes of screen time on this. And you kind of get what you pay for. It's an $80 tablet. And I don't want to beat them up too hard on this at Goalie because we sell a $150 tablet. And so our battery life can also be challenged, but everything is software optimized for that battery. It's still gonna last way longer than just like Android and the thing that they've got just out of the box like this. All right, so how does this thing compare to all the other tablets that we've tested? Well, it depends on what you're going for. If you're going for an entertainment device, I would get the Amazon Prime tablet over this. Like, if you want your kids to stay occupied on something, this probably is gonna have its battery die before you're ready for them to grab your attention again. If you're looking for a tablet for academics or for life skills, for like kids to improve themselves, in that case, this tablet's kind of just like an Android tablet out of the box. You're not really getting anything special. None of the software is really pre-installed except for a couple of these like 1 through 5th grade apps, which I think your kids will burn through pretty quickly. So then it comes down to, well, how much are you actually spending for the software? And that's where a company like Goalie excels. That's my company. We make apps specifically for kids to get great at life skills. Our whole tablet is organized around that, so you shouldn't be surprised that that's what you're gonna get. So if you're looking for a cheap tablet where you can browse the web, do some basic stuff like that, maybe play some really basic games, this will do it for you. If you're looking for entertainment, I wouldn't go here. If you're looking for work on yourself, independent living or academics, I don't think I'd go for this one either. But for what it is, I'm impressed. I thought for 80 bucks we would have a way worse product than we did, and I was surprised. It's decent. It's decent. That's the thumbnail. It's decent. This thing's decent. Zach, I think that was a fair review. Like, this thing's decent. Like, I don't think anybody's gonna be super happy with it, but it works and it's cheap. So it's decent.